This bonus episode, I talk a bit about the reports I use in my salon to analyze growth for all team members in the salon and spa. I also chat about the importance of personal growth and development as a human being so you can be a better artist behind the chair, in the aesthetics room, and outside the salon. This episode is for every salon and spa owner, suite owner, booth renting stylist, barber, makeup artist, and esty. Share this episode with a friend or even your boss. Let's go. Are you a beauty or barber pro looking for that push to do that thing you've always wanted to do, whether it's in or out of the salon, spa, or shop? Are you tired of not feeling good enough, smart enough, skilled enough? Are you tired of not getting a handle on your mental health, boundaries, and insecurities? I'm Christine Sherwood, the BeautyPro coach, an internationally certified coach, a salon and spa owner, and your personal Jiminy Cricket. I use my own experiences, good and bad, as a salon owner to help you be more self-aware, authentic, and forward-thinking in your approach to life, in and out of the salon. It's time to reach your version of success with the BeautyPro Coach podcast. So we're about to finish off 2023 in just a few short days. This year has absolutely flown by with good things, bad things, learning things, and just overall human condition things. I've learned so much about myself this year, about online business, people in general. It doesn't matter in what capacity they're in, whether it's business or family or romantic relationships. And I just want to share with you a tradition that I love doing every year. And sometimes I even do it several times during the year. Um, Not because I'm a diehard ritualist and I just have this strict schedule that I have to follow every quarter. It just kind of happens this way, and it's really the best thing ever. And it's really propelled me every single year for further and bigger growth as a human being first, as a daughter, as a woman in business, as a coach, just in every way. And I really want to share this with you because I know that it actually works. Okay. Everything I share, it's because I have my own personal experience with it. And if I don't, I will actually ask you in the podcast. so, so here we go. So, as you know, whether you're one of my one-to-one coaching clients or one of my super fans on Instagram, or you've been a dedicated podcast subscriber and listener, thank you so much. You will know about my passion for journaling. Okay. Not because I love to write and it's just the best thing ever, but it's because it's a real life changer, a life saver. And maybe you don't like the word journaling, and I've said this before. That's fine. Don't think of it that way. If you want to grab a scrap piece of paper or a napkin, whatever it is, so that you can transfer your thoughts through your arm, through your fingers, holding the pen full of ink to write down your thoughts, think of it that way. All right. I know a lot of stylists and artists, like, they hate having to sit down at a table to write because they think of all the bad memories of school. Okay, I'm not, erase that from your mind. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, this is for you. This has everything to do with you and who you are as a person, an artist, and a human being. Okay, so if you just want to visualize emptying your brain, your mental filing cabinet, like I like to say, and clear out all of the clutter. Think of it that way. Okay, like you're opening the filing cabinet, you stuffed all these receipts and scrap pieces of paper and invoices, and it's literally overflowing, and you're probably having a meltdown this holiday season. Think of it like that. You're opening it up, and you're going to take all those papers you are going to basically shred them. But before you shred them, you're going to organize it. Okay. That's what we're doing. And so as artists, I know writing out our thoughts can be, you feel like it's such a waste of time. It takes forever and just, ugh, right? But I promise you, trust this process. It's worth every minute of self transformation. The only thing you truly got to worry about is where you put your list. Okay. So, what do you do exactly? What am I talking about exactly? Well, what I do is I try to find from last year, which I have it actually, it's in a yellow, like 99-cent notebook that is currently in boxes at the moment, but I have to go dig it up. But I find this list and it has all of my wants, my needs, desires, goals, whatever it is I wrote down from last year or even 6 months ago, okay? Just so I can see it. I see where my mind was at then and I see where I am now, and that way I can look through these pages and I literally just go through it, cross off the things that I accomplished, and I literally write a new list. Like everything I cross out, I obviously don't put on my list again, and I bring everything up. And then that's my new list to get things done for this year. I might change some ideas. I might change some of the desires or wants because we're human beings and we get to evolve. That's actually a privilege we have. It's not to torture myself to look at all the things that I did not get done, that I did not accomplish. No, this is a confidence building exercise. And this is for everyone. Okay. Let me just tell you that the big companies, Forbes magazine, um, what's the other one? Billboard, the big CEO companies that I see it in my head and I can't say it through my mouth right now, but whatever, you know what I mean. This is what they do. Believe it or not, those boring people in those boring glass box offices in New York City, like this is what they do. And this is why they're in those positions because they actually take the time to examine themselves. And this is what I am saying actually works. So, this is a perfect example of how your past self is preparing for the future self. And now your future self looks back at your past and says, wow, good for you for setting this up for me. Thank you. Okay. And that's what I want for you. I want your future self to look back and say, thanks, past me. Here we go. We're going to keep moving forward. And it's the most incredible feeling to look back and see all of your thoughts that you had maybe last year and be so in your present today and say, whoa, I've been busy. Like, go me. Right. And I want that for you. Crossing off these items from your list literally gets your brain and your body physically hooked on that feeling of accomplishment. Okay, those dopamine gets running through your veins. It's amazing. And if you're someone who's constantly feeling like a failure, you're constantly telling yourself how stupid you are, how silly you are. Of course, that would be me. All of these things, like you feel like you're procrastinating, you just can't get anything done. This exercise is going to help you overcome that. And what I want you to do really is just take anything, okay? If you have a chalkboard, if you have a dry erase board, and if you want to use that and like not erase it for an entire year, just write everything down. I literally have a page. I organize it. I have my wants, my needs, my desires, my goals, my dream for, 5-year goals, 10-year goals, all of those things. I have a page for all of it because I am a super organized person and I can be a little OCD. But that's besides the point, okay? This is about you. So I encourage you to do that. That exercise is all for your own personal development, your growth, take it as a free coaching session for yourself. Okay, there you go. Whether you're a salon owner, a spa owner, barber, excuse me, esthetician, whatever it is, you are someone who needs to better themselves. It doesn't matter what. You're not listening to this episode by coincidence. Like, this is true. Yeah, you press the play button on Spotify, Apple, and you're listening, but it's not by chance. This is on purpose. And it's funny because the people who truly, really desperately need to do this exercise and work on themselves are the same ones who say, no, I don't need any help. I'm fine. Thanks. I'm good. Or, quit trying to psychoanalyze me. Or I hate self examining. I hate that therapy stuff. They're usually the ones that need this the most. And maybe that was you. Maybe that was you this morning or last week or whatever it is. If the people who don't say these things, they are the people, the beauty and barber pros who are consistently late. They always have some kind of drama in their life with their baby daddies, kiddos, doggos, whatever. Like, they gossip about everyone. These are the ones who really need this, okay? You need to stop everything, breathe, and do this exercise. But alas, we're going to get back on topic, right? The whole point of this episode is the end of year evaluations, and that's what we're going to talk about. But this, in order to do the end of year evaluations, you need to look at yourself as a person before you can think about numbers or anything like that, because that's a huge part of why I became the BeautyPro coach. That's a huge part of why this podcast exists, is to show you that, yeah, you can be a great business owner in every way, but if you don't take care of what's in your heart and what's in your mind, it doesn't mean anything. So let's get to it. So if you've been following me on Instagram, my stories, my Facebook, the VIP email list, you will know all about the holiday focus calls. The holiday focus calls are complimentary one-to-one coaching calls, literally 30 minutes. It's a quick pick me up to get you through this holiday season. I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to set aside 30 minutes of my time to talk to some random person for the holidays? It's really easy once you do it. And I really encourage you to pick up your phone, send me a DM on Instagram to set up your call. You only have until December 31st to really get these calls, this call booked for yourself. And it's a quick reflection time on what's going on for you this holiday season. How are you feeling? How are you reacting to the stress? What's causing that stress? How can we set up a strategy for you moving into 2024 to help you not do that, right? These calls are to help you with the overwhelm, the self-doubt, the second guessing, help you to really be okay with you. Forget about your clients, forget about your husbands, your wives, your whatever it is going on. This call is all about you, and I encourage you to take advantage of it. You only have a couple days left to claim your call, so definitely send me a DM and let's book you and get a good strategy going for 2024. So let's get back to the show, and I'll let you think about that a little bit more. So this journaling exercise, it's a personal development exercise that works over time. All right. So I challenge you in this coming year, if you need help with that, whether I feel like you should probably do it now in December, but let's say you do it in January, no big deal. If you need help, send me a DM on Instagram, connect with me, ask for what you need. And not to mention that you can definitely claim your holiday focus call one-to-one with me before the end of the year. So just a little something I'm giving away for everyone this year, because why not? But in any case, let's get back to the end of year evaluations, because that's what the whole podcast episode is about. So the you got to know where you've been so you know where you're going. Okay. And the next reports that I'm going to talk about is something that you should really be looking at all the time consistently, but let's say you don't, because most likely you don't. You should be able to pull these up easily in your salon or spa software. Okay. If you do not have a salon or spa software, one, why? Two, how are you running your business? Three, how organized are you? And four, if you are not, it's time to get that for 2024. Put that at the top of your list. Okay, these salon and spa softwares is their booking software. They keep track of your numbers. Think of it as one big calculator. Okay, they keep track of everything. And I know a lot of people go with Square. And if you do, fine. If it works for you and you love it, congratulations. Awesome. I know a lot of people go with them because their rates are so good. They give you like a credit card or something, but I personally prefer to use companies that are geared towards salons, spas, and barbershops first, only because they already think like we do and they know what we need. Okay. Also, just for clarity, I'm not talking about POS systems. I'm talking about salon and spa booking software because a lot of the booking software has all the reports that you need. Square, from my understanding, please let me know if I am wrong, Square only deals with your money. And while money is absolutely the most important thing, you actually need a little bit more support. Okay. And that's where these booking softwares come in. Also, I'm not getting any kind of affiliate program or promos or money for talking about these software programs. Okay. These are just companies that I know provide great service and the report info that I am talking about. Okay. Some companies, well, the company that we use in my salon as of right now is Mevo, which was formerly known as Millennium Harms Software. And so that company has grown exponentially and they are just the bomb.com. Like, I just love the software. Other people like Rosie, some like Gloss Genius, whatever it is, or what's the other one? Vigaro. All of those are great because it's booking, but it's also keeps track of your reports. You just need to know, like, the numbers are going to be different in every like the report number is going to be different. It might be called something differently, but the whole point is that you know it, that you are so familiar with it in your business. Okay? So here are the numbers, the reports that I am going to be talking about. The one is your pre-booking rates, the percentages that your clients are pre-booking with you. Return clients, that is all about retention. Average retail tickets, average service tickets, the percentages of retail to service, which that one can be a little confusing and I will talk about it. And finally, the average of all of your tickets. And you can, depending on your software, you can look at it per stylist, per tech, per person. You can look at it per day, per week, per month, per hour, the whole team collectively. Like, there should be something in your software that talks about growth analysis, analytics, something there where you can go and you can see all of these reports. And the reason these reports have helped me see my business, it helps me see where I need to be more connecting, more present with my team, with my clients, as a business overall, where I need to step back, where my business partner needs to step back from behind the chair and nurture. Okay. If you are a suite owner or a booth renter, it's kind of hard to step back from your business because you are the business. And I totally get that. I totally understand. But knowing this will show you your weaknesses and your strengths. It'll show you where you're gaining or losing money, how you're doing with multitasking, which, by the way, multitasking is only good for so long. And some people might say these reports are so old school. We don't look at those anymore. We're on hourly rates now. Cool. Okay. You win. Whatever. Case, like, let's move on. I'm an old fashioned kind of gal, and I like to see all the ways my business is breaking down, where the numbers are going. And whether you're charging hourly rates or you're charging by the service, you're still charging by the hour. It's just framed differently. It just shows up differently in your brain, but it's the same thing. And that'll be a topic for a different episode because I really want to focus on these. So the majority of the industry is still charging by the service. And because that's the way we've been doing it for such a long time, and that's fine. And so these reports are definitely going to help you. For those of you who are charging the hourly rates, this still applies, okay, but in a different way. Which, if we have time today, I will get into. Otherwise, that'll be another episode. But let's get to it. So, pre-booking and return clients. Okay. This is all about retention. This report deals with the client. Were they happy enough to pre-book and come back 4 or more times throughout the year to see you? I mentioned this in actually one of my Instagram posts, but the average woman comes to the salon 9 times in a year, spends about $100 each visit, and totals about $900 in services a year. This is the average person. This is probably not the person who gets hair extensions, balayages, whatever. This is probably like a really, I guess, like a homely client who comes in, gets her haircut, gets her base color and maybe some color balancing. Okay. This is not the extravagant client. This is an average woman. A man comes in about 12 times a year, so 1 time per month at the 4 to 5 week range. He'll spend about $50 per visit, which is almost $600 a year. Okay, that's the average man, which that sounds about right? Because guys don't really get hair extensions. Okay, they just don't. The average person, so this is male or female, doesn't matter. They will spend about $86 in products a year. These are averages. And so if you're feeling, wow, that's really low, it's because it's an average. You'll always get that one client that probably spends like $200 in products every other visit, okay? Knowing how well you're doing with people will help you project a number to hit for yourself, for your team throughout the year. So let these numbers be like your baseline. Okay. This is the standard. This is what is out there. This is the data that has been gathered throughout the years. If you have clients who are doing more than this, awesome. I mean, the sky is the limit. Keep going. But I wanted to present that to you so you know. The pre-booking report will show how much your clients respect your boundaries, how much your clients actually respect your time, their time, plan ahead. You want your pre-booking percentages to be high. The closer you are to 100% of all of your clients pre-booking, the better. That means 100% of your clients respect you. They want to get their hair done. They will do whatever it takes to see you, even if they have to wait. Return clients, that is your retention. So again, the higher the percentage, the closer it is to 100%, even if it's past 100%, those clients are your super fans. They are your super fans in real life. They will come in to see you no matter what. They are yours. Okay. Next up is the average retail ticket. And for kicks and giggles, I'm adding in the unit percentage. This unit percentage is good to know for like a quick summary of how well you're doing in communication throughout the visit. If you see, for example, if you see 10 clients, 5 of those clients or zero point 0.5 of them should leave with a product. Okay. If you see 11 clients, 6 leave with a product, 13 clients, 7 leave with a product. At least half of the clients you see in a day should leave with some kind of retail product, tool, brush, something tangible. This is not because you are selling, but because you are genuinely caring for their hair and their needs as a human being, and you are educating them throughout the visit. Every time a client buys from you, they are saying, I trust you. And I teach this in my one-to-one coaching too. A client buys one product, 30% likely to come back to you. 2 products, 60%. 3 or more products, they are 90% coming back. They are yours. Make them come back. Okay? Your average retail ticket is going to show how well your conversation is going. Okay? If your clients are not buying products from you, ask yourself why. What are you not doing? And the first thing that pops in your head is usually the answer. It's usually the problem. All right. Your average service, your percentage of retail, and average of all tickets. These all deal with your skill and communication, your talent, and your hospitality. So it's like everything all in one shot. And if you only stick to the same haircut, all right, so this deals with your average service and even your average ticket numbers, okay? If you only stick to the same haircut and blow dry price with a client every single time, every single year, and you do this with all of your clients, your numbers are never going to change. It's going to flatten out, be a flat line. So, how are you growing? How are you pushing yourself? It's a mundane kind of existence if nothing happens. Okay. The whole point is to convince clients to trust you so you're able to truly create. We all want that ideal client that sits down in the chair and they say, "Okay, do whatever you want." But the only way you're going to get a client like that is if you can prove to them that you are trustworthy, that you listen, that you know what they want even if they don't. And for those of you not doing the hourly rate thing, this is where we make our money. Okay. We upsell services, brow wax, facials, deep conditioning treatments, complimentary hair gloss, etc. We get people hooked on the new stuff. And with those of you who are doing the hourly rates, we take that pressure off of you, the stylist, and put it onto the client's court. Let them decide how long they want to hang out, quote unquote, with you and get all the services done. Because you are expensive to hang out with. When you introduce clients to new techniques, to new services, that just increases their time with you, which increases your dollar amount. All right. So think about that. This isn't to scam them. This isn't to rob them. This is so that you're making money. Think about that. The percentage of retail to service determines the money amount your clients are spending on their retail versus services. Okay. I know it sounds confusing, but it's basically a game that you play versus product purchases versus services. Okay. You can also play with this like your hourly rates versus your retail sales. I like clients to purchase at least a haircut's worth of products or your hourly rates of products because then I know they have the full spectrum to keep their hair the way I would keep their hair, but at home. right? Our whole job is to maintain their hair, their skin, nails, all of that. We got to teach them how to do it so that when they come in, it's an easier job for us. That's our whole like bigger purpose behind the chair. So if you charge $50 for a haircut, they should be leaving with $50 worth of product. That's just a number that I have put because it's easy for me to remember. So depending on the product line and the retail sales of that, that would be like, I know with Moroccan oil, that's shampoo and conditioner right there. Boom. Shampoo, conditioner, and a styling product. Shampoo, conditioner, and the actual oil. Sometimes it's just the oil itself. Like, think of your hourly rate or how much you charge for a haircut and blow dry, and that's the price that they should be leaving with product. Do you want one-to-one help on these numbers? Whether you're charging hourly rates or charging by the service, these numbers do apply. So you just need the mental reframing to make it make sense, along with an amazing booking system. If this resonates with you, send me a DM on Instagram right now. Let me know what's going on with you so we can get your next year super profitable and super smart strategy going. But even more than that, I want you to be confident. If you don't need if you don't even know what you're doing or why you're doing it, it's never going to happen. Your confidence is that what you want, and it needs to make sense. Let me help you. Send me a DM. Let's get back to the show. I know that was a ton of info in this episode, and maybe you probably turned it off halfway through because, oh my God, numbers. But feel free to take this episode minute by minute to absorb all that math and tough thinking. It's a lot, even for me to talk about, but for you to understand, oh my God. When I first learned it, I went through it too. I needed to listen to it a couple times. So now these are things I look for in my team at my salon, and it's all to help foster growth. Knowing these makes all the rest make sense. But I really want you to let me know if you ever need help or insight into your specific situation. Send me a DM on Instagram. Don't be a stranger. All right. Don't forget to subscribe to the new YouTube channel, by the way, at the Beauty Pro Coach, or even type in my name, Christine Sherwood. Subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple, and I will chat you later, my dear friend. Until next time, babe. If you loved this episode, subscribe to the Beauty Pro podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you never miss an episode. Don't forget to leave your reviews, stars, feedback so I can continue bringing the content you deserve and want most. Your feedback fuels this podcast. The more you give, the more you get back. You can follow me at The Beauty Pro Coach on Instagram and Facebook. Want to contact me directly? Email me at befree@goldentruthcoaching.com.